talking about social media safety. We're going to cover tips, how to stay safe online, cyberbullying, catfishing, and sexting. We're going to go into detail about all of these. First, I want to talk about a couple of apps. Everyone has a flashlight on their phone. Having a well-lit area is proven to reduce your risk of being attacked or confronted. Just pull out your flashlight on your phone if you're ever in a dark place, if you're walking to your car, or maybe walking to your house from your car. Just pull out your flashlight and have your flashlight so that everywhere around you and your feet are lit up. Facebook and Twitter, you can use those to follow your local police stations, fire department. You can follow The Haven on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and stay up to date with what's going on in your community so you know what's going on in your surroundings. We also recommend using the Red Panic Button app. This app is specifically for teens who are in domestic violence relationships. It allows you to have a preset contact in this app, and whenever you feel uncomfortable, whether you're on a date or you're at this person's home, you can press the red button and it will send your location to your preset contact. That way that person automatically knows you're in trouble and where to find you so that they can get you help. You want to talk to your friends about what's okay to post. You don't want embarrassing photos out there or things that could hurt your reputation when getting a job or going to a good school. You also want to review your settings. Make sure your settings are on private so that your private information is not out for anyone in the public to see. Know your friends, know your contacts, and know your followers. Know who's on your social media and what they're able to see on your social medias. You want to report anything that you see that's suspicious. Any cyberbullying, any domestic violence, anything that you see that's inappropriate online, you can report it. Most platforms have a button that you can report. If you don't see one or can't find one, you can use cybertipline.com to report those same things. And then don't forget about your location settings. Make sure that your location settings are on private, or at least go in and turn off certain location settings on apps that don't really need your location. As well as be familiar with what apps on your phone are using your location and where they're putting that out at. A few years ago, Snapchat updated its maps and introduced this new feature that would allow all of the users to be able to see your location in real time. This new feature has raised a lot of concerns among people like safety experts, wondering, is this going to be used for stalking? Is this going to be used for bullying? Not too long ago, Snapchat then updated it again with an even more detailed map. This map now shows specific locations, even down to what apartment building and apartment room you are in. It's extremely detailed and very unsafe. If you are not aware of your location being on Snapchat, please go to Snapchat and go into ghost mode so that people cannot see that. If you're interested in turning off your location services, I'm going to talk you through how to do that now. If you have an iPhone, you go into settings, you click on privacy, and then location services. At the top, you can choose to turn all location services off, but when you go to use your GPS, it's not going to work. So instead, you can individually turn your location off for each app. So you can go through your list of apps on your phone, you can click on it, and you can either choose never use location, ask to use location, while using app, or always use location. And click which ones you are comfortable with using, and then you're done. Cyberbullying takes place online using electronic technology. This includes different things like text messaging, sending rumors, spreading rumors using social media or text messaging. This includes pictures, embarrassing photos, and videos of someone. Calling someone names on social media and then making fake profiles are all different types of cyberbullying. Have you ever heard of the term catfishing? A catfish is a person who creates a fake profile with the intentions of luring someone in for love or for money. There are different red flags that you should definitely pay attention to when using social media so that you don't get caught in the trap of a catfish. So number one would be they have no friends or no followers, especially if they don't have any in common with you. You want to avoid meeting people who don't want to talk on the phone, who don't want to FaceTime, and are strictly just messaging. They have very few photos. the photos they do have seem to be someone extremely attractive or someone that is popular or well known. People who get serious way too fast, and all through social media and only using social media platforms for contacting. Someone that stories seem kind of far-fetched or unreal, or always needing your help in some type of way, whether that's financial help or help with their emotions and love. Sexting can have some pretty serious legal consequences. Any nude photos that are shared of someone under the age of 18 can be considered child pornography. Even if the sender did so willingly, both the sender and the recipient can be in trouble. Currently, sexting falls under the Georgia's child pornography laws. In general, a teenager who creates, distributes, or potentially sends any sexual exploited pictures could be charged with a misdemeanor or a felony depending on the facts of the circumstances. I mean, it depends on how old the person is in the photo, how many photos were sent, and then how many people received that photo. If the photo or video is sent across state lines, both states could prosecute. If you have been sent a photo, please delete it and do not share with anyone. If someone's sending you photos over and over, please contact or tell an adult. Have you ever heard the ghost of social media's past? Well, let me tell you about it. Consider this. You took a funny photo of your soccer coach bent over. All of your friends think it's hilarious, you think it's hilarious, so you post it on social media for everyone else to see. It gets a few little laughs, some likes, and some comments, but your teacher sees it, and they're really not a big fan of you and the behavior that you've shown. You take it down, no big deal. Well, say a few years go by and you decide to try out for the soccer team. The soccer coach remembers that photo that you've posted. The soccer coach decides that she does not want you and the behavior that you've shown on her soccer team. You are now not able to be on the team, all because of something that you posted years ago. This is what we call the ghost of social media. It's something that comes back to haunt you, it comes back to bite you years later from something you've posted. Either it's stuck out in the memories of people's minds, or it's still there to be seen today. This happens a lot when people are applying to colleges, when they're applying to get jobs, and things you've done and things they've seen on your social media in the past come right around to bite you. A lot of people find this out when they're applying to get sororities or fraternities for the school, when they actually dig into your social media just to see what you've posted and what of their groups are going to be posted on your social media, to kind of get an idea of how you post. This can hinder you from getting into groups like that. You never know when the ghost is going to strike, so make sure that you use what we call the granny rule. If your granny don't want to see it, or your granny wouldn't like to see you doing something like that on social media, don't do it and don't post it. Now, to recap what we've talked about, only post things online that you want the public to see. Remember, once it's out there, it's always there. Set boundaries and set limits with your friends. Let them know what you're okay to have on social media and what you're not okay to have on social media. Don't say or do anything online that you wouldn't do in person. Remember to adjust your settings so that only your friends and people that you've chosen to see your information can see that. Be careful when tagging your locations on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Teen dating violence uses social media a lot, so please be aware of your settings and your location services and what's being put out there. Protect your information. Don't put out your phone number and don't put out your address. Make sure to keep those things private. Keep your password private. This includes your boyfriends and your girlfriends. And then just remember the granny rule. If you need help with any of the things that we've talked about, you can always talk to a parent, a counselor, or call the Haven. If you're not comfortable with any of those options and you prefer the privacy of texting, you can use 741-741 and text the word START to that number. That's 741-741. These are trained counselors that will respond back immediately with anything you need help with, such as addiction, suicidal thoughts, eating disorders, sexual abuse, bullying, teen dating violence, and anything that you would need advice or help with. It's not always easy for people to talk to their parents or to talk to an adult face to face, things they are battling in their lives. So if using this text line is more comfortable for you, please do that. But remember, this is an alternative if you are not able to talk to your parents, a teacher, or a trusted counselor.